Organizational behavior in sport management defines conflict as a process which one party perceives that its interests are being opposed or negatively affected by another party. The chapter then goes into explaining that although there are several other definitions of conflict, there are two aspects that every conflict must have. Every conflict must involve two or more parties, and all parties must acknowledge that the conflict exists. Later in the chapter, the authors explain that there are two types of conflicts, dysfunctional and functional. Dysfunctional conflict can be viewed as an aggressive verbal argument or conversation and actions that include a lot of passive-aggressive behavior. As a result, there is a decline in communication or the performance of a group, which is the last thing that a business needs because everyone within an organization is working toward the same goal. The past few seasons, the NFL has been dealing with how to manage the NFL national anthem protests, which have become a huge issue because it has led to a decline in television ratings and ticket sales. This situation can be viewed as a dysfunctional conflict because throughout the whole process, there has been a lack of communication between the NFLPA and NFL owners and executives. This lack of communication on both sides leads to unwanted national media coverage, which is why this controversy is currently still a topic in the NFL. Functional conflict is a healthy, constructive disagreement between groups or individuals. This past season, the NFL and its players did a great job of resolving a conflict that both sides had acknowledged in the past year. With the MLB being made up of 32% Hispanics, players and executives believed that the league needed to do a better job of celebrating Hispanic heritage. Through healthy conversation and negotiation, the league implemented events such as a play ball trip to Panama, a stickball tournament in the Bronx, and Hispanic Heritage Month t-shirts for players to wear during batting practice. When managing conflict, the Coaching Association of Canada identifies that there are 5 different approaches. The first approach being avoiding, which is withdrawing from conflict that is not worth having. The next approach is accommodating, which places higher emphasis on harmony and goodwill than winning. The next approach is compromising, which can be used when both parties accept the fact that the outcomes will be partially satisfying but not fully satisfy both sides. The competing approach is used when both sides take firm stands, which will most likely end in a dysfunctional conflict. Lastly, we have the collaboration approach, which can be used when both sides are open to possible positive outcomes that come from the conflict. Negotiation is a process of making joint decisions when the parties involved have different preferences. This happens in our daily lives and sometimes we don't even realize it. Negotiation skills are essential to have because of their constant use and the positive outcomes that could come if used correctly. In the November 12th edition of the Sports Business Journal, there was an example of negotiation in the sports world. When the Los Angeles Chargers organization made the decision to relocate to LA, this seemed like a good choice for them because they were going to a large city with a large population to make more revenue per year rather than San Diego. Though now it seems to have backfired on them. With the Rams already being established in LA, it was very difficult for them to grow a fan base, especially with the Rams' recent success. To try and create a larger fan base in LA, the Chargers have decided to offer stadium seat licenses for as low as $100. They are trying to make a deal to the public to get a larger fan base into their stadium. While this isn't ideal for them, they are trying to negotiate for a better future. This is a really good example of compromising. In the article, Be Your Own Advocate, Deborah Kolb discusses the importance of negotiation. She explains the significance of everyday negotiations and shares her 4 steps you should follow while negotiating. These 4 steps are to recognize, prepare, initiate, and navigate. Kolb explains how you must be ready and able to recognize negotiation opportunities. These opportunities arise every day, whether it's seeking more time off from work, seeking a raise, or any other opportunity that might arise. Recognizing these opportunities is incredibly important, but you must also choose your battles carefully. Not all fights are destined to be fought. Once a situation is recognized, you must be properly prepared. In order to be prepared, you have to go gather good information, position yourself, and then anchor your options. Once you have concluded your preparations, you can begin to initiate. Initiating a discussion on a resolution to a problem is important and must be conducted carefully. Many may not see it coming, so you must be calm and accepting when initiating the subject. Lastly, you must be able to negotiate the situation. Once the other party is properly initiated, you may begin to navigate the discussion with an open mind. Your preparation should definitely help you begin the conversation, but you must be ready to discuss areas where you maybe were not ready to talk about. Once you both hear each other's side and listen with an open mind, then there is the opportunity for resolution and compromise. To summarize, in conflict management, negotiation is one of the most important aspects. Having negotiation skills can be very helpful going through your daily life, whether it's asking for a raise, bargaining for a better deal on a house, or even asking your parents for something expensive for Christmas. We hope that you have gotten a basic understanding of negotiation and are excited to expand upon it tomorrow.